I just think that you need to understand, whether you can accept this or not, that my Seiko SBDC 051 is my #1 watch in my collection. It slightly beats my Orient Saturation Diver. It slightly beats it. I can give you many reasons. I'll just stick with two today. Number one, there's a way that the strong lume on this watch plays on the shiny black dial that is unlike any watch I have. There's something expensive looking about this watch that looks like a $5,000 watch. I've never seen anything like this on a watch I've ever had. And there's something about the way this 42.5 millimeter watch looks bigger that's like a magic act. How do you do that? That's like magic, man, and that blows my mind. So, you know, I don't even know if I wanted to talk about this watch today. I really think showing you this watch was just an excuse to show off. I think today's watch obsession topic is about showing off, the origins of a watch predator, showing off. Let me explain to you the origins of my watch obsession. I want to let you know, I think we're all like this. I don't think we choose our obsessions. I think our obsessions choose us. So I didn't think about watches that much in my life. People used to give me watches and I would look at them and I would not think much about them. I'd put them in my drawer. I wouldn't wear them. Typically these watches were 38 to 40 millimeters. Never thought about them. 2005, I was in a watch store with my wife and she was getting a battery change. And as we were walking out the door, I was just about out the door and this Echozilla caught my eye. I just glanced at it and something happened, something clicked in me. And shortly thereafter, I bought that Echozilla on Amazon for $205 in 2005. And it's a 48 millimeter watch and I put it on and I loved it, and it did something that my other watches didn't do. It created well, what could we call this? It created wrist presence. And the thing about wrist presence that you need to understand about me is I have an extreme personality. If I like something, I want more of it. So, for example, I like chili powder on my avocado egg salad, but I'll put like 10 times the amount of chili powder that everyone else puts on theirs because I like it really intense. Coffee, I'll use 10 times the amount of coffee for my coffee that everyone else uses. I love strong coffee. I like everything intense, extreme, and strong. I'll buy radios that have super FM reception. I'll make sure the radios have a DSP chip in them to enhance the FM reception, but I'm not happy with that. I want it even better. I'll buy a coaxial dipole FM antenna that I can screw into the back of the radio, and then I'll drape it over the curtain rod or something, because I want everything to be to the max. That's how I am. And I was the same way with wrist presence. And I started off with a 48 millimeter Echozilla, and then I pivoted to TV brand watches, 52 millimeter, 55 millimeter, 60 millimeter watches, you know, clown watches. And I remember this whole oversized watch obsession probably reached its peak around 2008. The summer of 2008, I was in Las Vegas. And I remember, you know, they have a lot of watch boutique places there, and I looked into the window and there was a $5,000 U-boat, 55 millimeters. That was like my holy grail at the time. So glad I didn't buy that. That's long not my holy grail. But, you know, where the heck did this oversized watch obsession come from? And you know what? I don't have a fancy answer. Actually, my answer is kind of simple. It's rather simple. It's called showing off. Yeah, being a show-off. You know, that shouldn't surprise you or me. I have a history of showing off. Let me tell you guys something. I grew up in the disco age. I went to middle school when disco was raging. You know what we wore in middle school? Mesh tank tops, gold chains, puka shells, Angel Flight bell-bottom pants, platform shoes. Now, I didn't have this particular type of platform shoe, but it existed, and I wish I had it. Check this out, man. There was a platform shoe you could get. The heel was see-through, and you could put water in it, and you could have a goldfish swimming in the heel of your platform shoe. And you could actually take it off and put, fish food in the heel. I wish I had that. You know how much I could get for that on eBay? Oh my gosh. I want that shoe, man. So, man, I was wearing these clothes, man. I was showing off. I used to dance a lot. I used to watch Soul Train, man. Captain Crunch and the Funky Bunch would be dancing on Soul Train, and I imitated their dance moves, and I learned how to do the Funky Robot. Thank you, Don Cornelius. And because I learned how to do the Funky Robot in middle school, 1974 at Earl Warren Junior High School, I won the dance contest. What a show-off, McMahon, doing a Funky Robot, man. Was an Olympic weightlifter, was a bodybuilder. I was #1 in the nation in Olympic weightlifting. What a show-off. Used to wear tight shirts, used to want to impress the waitresses at the local restaurants, bring dumbbells in the trunk of my car. I'd pump up in the parking lot of restaurants, go inside the restaurant all pumped up, and whatever cachet I had from the blood-engorged muscles was completely negated by the fact that my body was covered with flop sweat. You know, the waitresses looking at me, "Are you okay?" "Oh, I'm great, man. Ready to talk? Let's talk." I'm obviously a man of high importance. So I have a history of showing off, and I think it connected to my wrist presence obsession. So 2008 would probably be the peak when I was in Las Vegas. So something happened though, you know, my watch obsession, its origins may have been rooted in that showing off thing, but something happened to me. 2011, there was a huge pivot in my watch obsession. My daughters were less than a year old. My wife and I were in one of these twins classes that they offer at the regional center. And I was wearing a 52 millimeter TV brand diver watch, and I looked down at it and I realized something. There's no lume on this bad boy, and I was offended on this deep existential level, and something happened to me. I remember I pivoted to the Seiko Black Monster and other high lume things, and that's kind of where I am. I guess I'm a lume freak now. And the showing off has taken backseat to craftsmanship. I like really good craftsmanship. Love the Orient Saturation Diver. It's my #2 watch. 051 is gotta be my #1 watch in my collection. Best watch I ever bought. So that's how I became the diseased human being I am today, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Until next time, I am out.